Jonathan Franzen's The Corrections is often described as one of the defining novels of contemporary American literature. Published in 2001 and later in paperback in 2002, it explores family dynamics, generational conflicts, and the pursuit of happiness in a rapidly changing world. At its core, the novel revolves around the Lambert family, an aging Midwestern couple, Alfred and Enid, and their three adult children, Gary, Chip, and Denise. Each character struggles with personal failures, ambitions, and the pressure to meet family expectations. The title, The Corrections, carries multiple meanings. It refers to stock market corrections, corrections in behavior, corrections in memory, and ultimately the desire for people to fix the things that have gone wrong in their lives. This layered meaning is central to the novel's message. The story begins with Alfred Lambert, a retired railroad engineer who is slipping into dementia. His decline becomes the backdrop against which the family's dysfunctions are revealed. Franzen portrays Alfred as both a tragic and deeply human figure. Enid, Alfred's wife, embodies the Midwestern housewife archetype, but with her own complexity. She is determined to hold her family together and dreams of one last family Christmas in St. Jude, the fictional Midwestern town where they live. Gary, the eldest son, is a successful banker in Philadelphia. Despite his professional achievements, he is plagued by depression and feels trapped in a strained marriage. His chapters explore the difficulty of balancing material success with personal happiness. Chip, the middle child, is a former academic who lost his job due to an inappropriate relationship with a student. His story captures themes of failure, insecurity, and the search for reinvention. He later finds himself involved in a shady business scheme in Lithuania. Denise, the youngest, is a talented chef in Philadelphia. Her storyline revolves around her complicated personal relationships, including affairs that blur her sense of identity. Denise's struggle reflects the challenges of balancing ambition with emotional fulfillment. Franzen structures the novel as both a family saga and a social commentary. Each character's personal story reflects larger cultural issues such as consumerism, globalization, and the pursuit of the American dream. One of the most powerful themes in the novel is aging. Alfred's decline into dementia forces the family to confront mortality and the inevitability of change. This struggle is depicted with both tenderness and unflinching honesty. The novel also explores the role of memory. Alfred, slipping into confusion, experiences fragmented recollections. Enid clings to selective memories to maintain her optimism. The children remember their upbringing differently, highlighting the subjective nature of family history. Franzen uses humor alongside tragedy. The Lambert family's dysfunction is often absurd, yet painfully relatable. This mix of satire and realism makes the novel resonate with readers. Gary's storyline is particularly interesting because it reflects the pressures of middle age. He struggles to maintain an image of stability while battling inner doubts and conflicts with his wife over how to raise their children. Chip's misadventures in Lithuania provide a satirical look at globalization and capitalism. His involvement with corrupt schemes mirrors his own ability to find a stable identity in a fast-changing world. Denise's journey is deeply personal. Despite her success as a chef, she feels incomplete in her relationships. Her search for intimacy shows the gap between professional success and emotional satisfaction. At the heart of the novel is Enid's desire to bring the family together for one last Christmas. The seemingly simple wish drives much of the plot, symbolizing the universal longing for unity in fractured families. The theme of control versus chaos runs throughout the book. Alfred once embodied discipline and control, but illness strips that away. Meanwhile, his children attempt to control their own lives but face constant disruption. The novel critiques consumer culture. Enid obsesses over appearances and possessions, while Gary seeks success defined by wealth. Franzen suggests that consumerism can't provide true happiness. Religion, morality, and ethics also surface as themes. Alfred's rigid worldview collides with his children's more flexible morality, creating tension across generations. The narrative style is detailed and expansive. Franzen shifts between characters' perspectives, offering deep psychological insight. This technique helps the reader understand the complex motivations behind each character's choices. The book is not only about family, but also about America at the turn of the 21st century. It captures anxieties about technology, the economy, and globalization that were highly relevant in the early 2000s. Despite its critical tone, The Corrections is also about love, imperfect, complicated love. The family members, though deeply flawed, care for each other in their own ways. Enid represents optimism. Even when things fall apart, she believes in the possibility of correction, both for Alfred's health and for her fractured family. Alfred's decline into illness is symbolic. It shows how the older generation must eventually yield to the new, but also how painful that process can be for families. Gary's depression illustrates the darker side of the pursuit of success. He has everything society says he should want, yet he feels empty and disconnected. Chip's journey highlights the struggle of intellectuals in a world dominated by commerce. His fall from academia reflects a larger commentary on shifting cultural values. Denise's story explores themes of gender and sexuality. Franzen portrays her as ambitious and independent, but also vulnerable in her search for authentic relationships. The Lambert family's dysfunction feels universal. Readers may recognize aspects of their own families in the miscommunications, expectations, and disappointments. Franzen doesn't offer neat resolutions. Instead, he shows that life is messy and corrections are often imperfect. The novel ends with the family still fractured, yet moving forward in their own ways. The Corrections won the National Book Award in 2001 and was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. Its success cemented Franzen's reputation as one of the major American novelists of his generation. The novel is also known for sparking debates about literary fiction versus popular fiction, as Franzen himself often spoke about wanting literature to engage deeply with contemporary life. Many readers find the novel challenging because of its length and detail, but those who stay with it often see it as a rewarding, thought-provoking experience. The characters' flaws are central to the book's realism. Franzen avoids creating heroes or villains. Instead, he presents people as complicated mixtures of strengths and weaknesses. Another key theme is generational conflict. The older and younger Lamberts live by very different values, and much of the novel explores how these values clash. The novel also comments on place. St. Jude represents traditional American small-town life, while New York, Philadelphia, and Lithuania represent the wider, unstable, global landscape. Franzen's prose style mixes wit, detail, and psychological depth. He often spends pages unpacking a single moment, which creates a sense of intimacy with the characters. The title, The Corrections, also hints at forgiveness. Each character, in some way, seeks correction for past mistakes, though forgiveness is not always granted. Ultimately, the novel suggests that while families may never be perfect, the act of trying to correct mistakes is itself meaningful. The struggle for connection defines the human experience. By the end, readers may not see the Lambert family healed, but they do see growth. This reflects reality. Life rarely offers total closure, but it does offer the possibility of moving forward. In conclusion, Jonathan Franzen's The Corrections is more than just a family drama. It is a meditation on modern life, identity, and the universal longing for connection. Its lasting impact comes from its ability to reflect the struggles of families everywhere.